Heather Dawson. So let's start off our show with a trip back to Puerto Vallarta. Marco Gutierrez takes us to the resort that set the all-inclusive standard in Puerto Vallarta, now part of the Preferred Hotels and Resorts collection. Welcome to Velas Vallarta.
Velas Vallarta from the award-winning Velas Group boasts a 10-acre beachfront location with views of the Sierra Madre Mountains in the distance. Located in the Marina Vallarta, it's one of the most exclusive areas of Vallarta, Nayarit. The center of activity is a lush tropical garden courtyard with 3 sparkling swimming pools, a cascading waterfall, swim-up bar, and even resident iguanas. It's perfect for friends and family getaways or a romantic couples retreat, with numerous exciting activities for day and night. Dining is a highlight of the experience, with restaurants offering elegant and casual oceanfront settings. Velas Vallarta's all-inclusive resort amenities have been carefully selected for comfort and choice.
Welcome to Velas Vallarta. Here you're at your home. Here you have nothing to worry about. We're an all-inclusive, all-suite hotel. We're here for large families, large groups, couples, honeymooners, singles. We'll take you all in and we'll treat you as family. As an all-inclusive package, we have to say that we run one of the less complicated, less surprising types of all-inclusive, which means you won't find service charges in each and every restaurant. You won't find extra bills upon checkout. What you paid for is what you get. No paying for any more higher value. I do want to wish you all, come on down to Puerto Vallarta, safe area, it's a beautiful area, and be our guests. We're here to welcome you. Thank you.
Shops, art galleries, cafes, and Puerto Vallarta's famed nightlife are just a short ride away. All of this at the best quality at one all-inclusive price.
And coming up next, we have an important medical message for anyone that goes to tanning beds, plus how exercise could help combat cancer. All this and more when we continue with California Life. Don't go away. Melanoma is one of the most common cancers in young adults, especially young women. If you use tanning beds before the age of 35, you have an 87% higher risk of melanoma. My friend Tina spent years going to tanning beds and soaking up the California sun, and is now fighting back after being diagnosed with stage 4 melanoma. Here's her story.
The California sunshine. It's the reason that millions of people have moved to our state. But this beautiful sunshine can also have deadly consequences.
Laying by the pool or spending the day at the beach is just part of the California lifestyle. But ultraviolet light from the sun is a leading cause of skin cancer. May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and research shows that skin cancer is by far the most common form of cancer. Estimates are that 1 in 5 Americans will get skin cancer in their lifetime. The most serious and deadly form of skin cancer is melanoma, and 86% of melanoma cases are attributed to excessive sun exposure. And studies show that even just one session in a tanning bed can raise the risk of melanoma by 20%. But the quest for the perfect tan can blind many, like Tina, whose mother had melanoma and warned her as a teenager to stay out of the sun.
She would say, "You're going to get melanoma." And I was invincible, and I said, "Whatever, then I'll just dye tan." Literally would say that.
Well, 8 years ago, Tina was diagnosed with melanoma after finding a mole on her back.
They removed it. It went 5 millimeters deep, which with melanoma, only 1 millimeter, it gets into your skin and can get into your lymph nodes. So mine was really aggressive.
After extensive treatment, including the removal of multiple lymph nodes, Tina was cleared of the melanoma, at least for a time. And it was during that recovery time that Tina began following a young Rancho Cucamonga woman on social media named Chloe Thompson, who was diagnosed with melanoma at age 19 while serving in the Air Force. Chloe bravely and publicly fought melanoma before passing away at the age of 22.
I would tell her, you need to slow down. You know, you have cancer, you know, but she just didn't want to give up. She wanted to live life and, you know, so yeah, she was a fighter. She was a warrior. She was a cancer warrior.
Chloe's mother, Michelle, describes her daughter as an outgoing young lady who lived life to the fullest.
She just never gave up. She never stopped fighting. In fact, when she finally passed away, people were surprised. They didn't realize that her cancer was as serious as it was because she just lived life every single day.
And today, Michelle works hard to keep Chloe's memory alive in an effort to help others.
I kept Chloe's Facebook going as a memorial page, and she has, I don't know, about 3,300 people on there. People really reached out to me after Chloe passed away and just told me, you know, how she inspired them.
And while Tina never met Chloe, she reached out to Chloe's mother, Michelle, when she was recently re-diagnosed with melanoma, and they met recently for the very first time.
You did great.
I try not to cry.
I know, me too.
Chloe was so positive. She was just so positive, and everything I would watch of her, she was just happy, and she fought so hard. And I just vowed to fight as hard as Chloe did.
And Chloe and Tina's stories are reminders to all of us of the dangers of this deadly form of skin cancer. Things to remember: people with fair skin, blonde or red hair, and blue eyes are most susceptible to melanoma. But anyone with extended sun exposure can be at risk. A family history of melanoma is also a risk factor. Warning signs include large, irregular moles that grow quickly. More than 9,000 people nationwide are predicted to die from melanoma this year, but the survival rate is very good if detected early. That means everyone, especially people in the risky categories, need to get regular examinations by a dermatologist.
Melanoma can be prevented, so sunscreen, put some sunscreen on, and give yourself a self-exam. It's just like breast cancer, it's really easy, just check your skin.
As for Tina, she's in the midst of a new battle with stage 4 melanoma. And while her prognosis is unknown, she remains upbeat about the future.
I'm super positive about it. I know I was put here for a reason, and I'm just going with it. I hope that I could be an inspiration to somebody. I hope that my fight can help somebody else, and I hope that my knowledge will help somebody else.
If you or anyone you know fits in the high-risk category or you're noticing new moles, we urge you to see your doctor immediately. For more information on melanoma, you can visit the American Cancer Society at cancer.org.
We all know that exercise is a big part of staying healthy, but David Wiley tells us about a group that is using exercise to help some of the sickest people among us.
Cancer. It's among the leading causes of death in America, with more than 1.7 million new cases diagnosed every year. And while traditional treatments are extending life, they're expensive and can have terrible side effects. But Ohio-based Maple Tree Cancer Alliance is combating the effects of cancer and improving the quality of life for patients with exercise.
I fully believe that exercise should be a part of the standard of care. I think that every single person who's diagnosed with cancer should have the ability to exercise during their treatment. And right now, less than 5% of people nationally exercise.
Founded in 2010, the Maple Tree Alliance was inspired by Dr. Wonder's grandfather, who bravely battled colon cancer. With a PhD in exercise physiology from Northern Colorado University, Dr. Wonders has developed a program that not only helps patients feel better, but improves the outcome of their treatment while reducing treatment costs.
We offer individualized one-on-one exercise, which allows us to target specifically what their strengths and weaknesses are, how they're responding to treatments, and then we can tailor their exercises accordingly.
The Maple Tree Cancer Alliance is currently located in 8 hospitals and offers nutrition and counseling services at no cost to their patients, all in a convenient location.
We're right down the hall from the infusion rooms. And so people get diagnosed with cancer and then they're walking through treatment, and literally we're right down the hall from them. And so we're just a part of their cancer care plan. It's just a standard of their care that they receive.
And studies show that combining exercise with traditional treatment has been a successful combination that's improving patients' outcome and their quality of life.
Most of the time, our patients end their chemotherapy and their radiation stronger than what they were whenever they began. That is so encouraging to someone.
And encouraging cancer patients is a huge part of the Maple Tree mission, and a big reason why Dr. Wonders went back to school and got a master's in Christian ministry from Cedarville University.
It's easy to do physical. I have a PhD in exercise physiology, but I felt very unequipped to help someone spiritually, and so that's why I came to Cedarville.
And the Maple Tree Cancer Alliance is really catching on, with plans to expand into 9 additional hospitals in the coming months and to go nationwide in the near future, expanding their efforts to help cancer patients throughout the U.S.
These are real people who are going through probably the worst thing in their life, and we get to come alongside them and to make them feel better. And hearing the stories of the impact that we have is just what motivates us to continue.
To learn more about the Maple Tree Cancer Alliance, go to mapletreecanceralliance.org.
The holidays are coming, so it's time for entertaining and hosts to get creative. Here to help is Jessica Formicola. Jessica is a cookbook author, founder of SavoryExperience.com, and she continues to publicate better homes and gardens and country living. Welcome, Jessica Formicola.
Thank you for having me.
Can you please share some unique holiday beverage inspirations?
I love starting my holidays with a cocktail, and Dogfish Head has you covered. It has your spirits and your taste buds bright this holiday season with flavor-forward beers and ready-to-drink cocktails that are super refreshing and delicious. Both are perfect additions to your holiday festivities or to give as gifts. My favorite beer right now is Covered in Nugs, or try the Blood Orange Mango Vodka Crush.
And when serving up seasonal meals, what is a favorite time-saving tip?
Time-saving, but also space-saving in the kitchen, and that is Bob Evans ready-to-heat mashed potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes, and their sliced glazed apples, which are my kids' absolute favorite. They're so good. They provide home-style comfort, and they make connection the centerpiece of your holiday celebrations. They're microwave-ready in minutes. You can serve them as is, or use them as an ingredient in other holiday recipes, like a sweet potato casserole. Sweet treat, not just for dessert. It is for gifting. It is for baking, and also decor in my house. It's a holiday classic, and that's the Lindt Lindor truffles. So whether you're savoring a moment to yourself, peace and quiet, or sharing with others, they come in a variety of flavors sure to delight, from the iconic milk chocolate red truffle to the white chocolate peppermint. There's a flavor for everybody, and I also like using them as stocking stuffers and gifts.
I love those. And what is a must-have for entertaining?
Oh, goodness. Well, for me as a hostess, but also for entertaining, and it is coffee. So my tip is to elevate your holiday season with Don Francisco's coffee. Their delicious coffees come in the hottest flavors of the season, all different types of brewing methods, and you'll have the perfect cup every single time. For some holiday drink inspiration, visit Don Francisco's website for trendy recipes like their caramel cafe au lait, which is my personal favorite. I also love to give their coffee as gifts and use them for stocking stuffers as well.
Well, thank you so much, Jessica. Where can we go for more information?
You can find more for all these fabulous brands at tipsontv.com.
Food Network star Ted Allen is encouraging families to host Friendsgiving to help end childhood hunger. Here's the details.
When you can't be with family at Thanksgiving, you can celebrate Friendsgiving instead. And in the spirit of Friendsgiving, a charity campaign encourages people to share a bit of their good fortune.
A benefit for NoKidHungry.org. most people may not know this, but 1 in 6 American kids struggles with hunger issues.
Even a small donation can be a big help for a hungry child.
Just $1 can create up to 10 meals for an American kid. So it doesn't. This is not a big bucks fundraiser necessarily. This is something that anybody can participate in and have a meaningful impact on hunger in America.
The campaign is working to raise awareness because hunger is an invisible problem in this country.
You can't see hunger among people or children, but it exists and it affects their body and their brain in profound ways.
Visit nokidhungry.org/Friendsgiving to learn how to host your own charitable Friendsgiving event.
Don't miss out. The annual Christmas pageant tickets are on sale now.
They're advertising it on TV now?
The pageant is an especially big deal this year. It's the 75th anniversary.
I want to give special mention to Grace for volunteering to direct it.
You did what?
Oh no. Did somebody die?
It's worse than that, son.
It's going to be the best Christmas pageant ever.
Oh no. It's the Hermans. Now. The Hermans are absolutely the worst kids in the history of the world.
What'd they do now, dear? Break another window?
Set something on fire?
Steal your lunch and then punch you for not having any candy? No, even worse. We're gonna be in your Bible play.
Herdmans in church.
Oh boy.
We take the pageant seriously. It's about community and tradition.
What do you all suggest, that I kick the Herdmans out of the church?
Yes.
I want to be Mary, and Ralph wants to be Joe.
And the angel of the Lord?
Ow!
The Herdmans shouldn't be here.
They're a poor influence. You don't look like any Mary I've seen before.
Don't touch him. I'm happy to take over the part at any time.
I can't just kick him out.
I thought you all might be interested in one of my stuffs.
You never told me you visited the Herdmans.
I got the biggest ham for you guys. Is your mom home?
Not when the sun's up. What if the Hermans ruin this for you?
They probably will, but it's not about me. Jesus was born for the Herdmans as much as he was for us. We'll be missing the whole point of the story if we turn them away.
Now that's a pageant I'd actually like to see. Mother Mary puffing on a cigar, shepherds clobbering each other with their hooks. $5 say they burned down the manger.
So this is the actual book, the actual copy that my wife brought home and that we read to our kids. It's dog-eared. It's got my notes for if I ever got a chance to make it as a movie, what I would want to do with it. And I remember when I was reading it to my kids for the first time. I'm laughing. It's nostalgic. It's a Christmas classic. I get to the end and I'm crying so hard I can't even read. And my wife's like, "Let me have it." So she takes it. She starts reading. She's crying. Gives it back to me, and we just trade. We take turns trying to get through this for our kids. And I remember when I closed the book, I just said, I have to make this movie. And so for 20 years, I've been chasing the rights and trying to get a chance to make it myself, and finally got a chance to do so. So even the fact that I'm able to sit here and deliver this movie to the world is a dream come true.
Short of winning the lottery, it takes planning and preparation to build a healthy financial future. More than half of Americans want to improve their credit. But how? Here's more.
Financial planning often makes people stressed or overwhelmed, but with a few simple adjustments, you can start making headway on your goals through the end of the year.
One of the first steps to do is to check your credit score on a regular basis. So this is so important in terms of financial planning because credit affects a lot of things.
A 2018 survey shows that fewer than half of Americans have a plan in place to improve their credit, even though one of the most important first steps in getting your finances in order is to know your score and start taking advantage of the tools available to help you boost it.
So you have to make sure that you're on top of your credit. And you can use the Credit Journey, which is a free tool from Chase to check your credit score on a regular basis, and then also see the factors that impact your credit score.
50% of the typical budget should go toward fixing bills, 20% for savings, and 30% for fun. All of Brittany Castro's tips can be found at chase.com/slate.
And that'll do it for this week. If you missed any part of our show, go to our website. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. We'll see you next time.